Human threshold. Definition. The point of intersection where human livelihood is either sustained or negated. Explanation. It's not easy to break the human threshold on a one-to-one basis. However, there is a specific number ratio whereby this becomes likely. For example, 5-to-1, 20-to-1, or even 100-to-1. The average human has a certain amount of personal strength, plus or minus a given percentage. Inequity leverages the thoughts, feelings, actions of many unequal people against a lesser number of people, usually a relative few or often one person. Social alienation is a major factor in breaking the human threshold. It's a well-known fact that having a strong personal backing correlates with your overall well-being. Your ability to keep safe along with navigating the networks of society is reliant upon your connections. How valued is your presence? Almost everyone knows someone that cares about them. This forms links on a human chain. The degrees of separation between the party attempting to break human threshold and the victims will factor in, as the backing of the victim will kick in. It's difficult to break the human threshold when you are both backed by the same system of belief or assembly. In other words, when you're part of the same group of friends, you can't break the human threshold until one person gets casted out of the inner circle. You cannot befriend someone and socially alienate them. That is unless you methodically do so via a lie. Although there are rare exceptions, lying behind someone's back that considers and treats you as a friend or associate is immoral. Once the human threshold is broken, every action within that circle of transpiration should be audited for moral legitimacy. The victims usually have decreased human performance. This could be evidenced mentally, physically, or even in the results of the social vices targeted by the unequal party. The difference in human productivity is reflected in vital ways. This could be subtle or obvious. Breaking down a person is not only possible, it often happens to genuinely good people. Due to varying degrees of social alienation, they may not have the backing required to excel, nor the ability to overcome the extraneous inequalities they face. Thus, as opposed to getting connected to progressive people, they are often hindered from accessing social vices, forcing them to relinquish avenues in society where they might have some potential for success. Problems. Breaking the human threshold is certainly for lethal reasons. This is where the deterioration of human livelihood commences. It's the exact point of the onset of severe mental or physical health issues, or a rapid decline in human functions. It could manifest as severe hindrances of social vices. This decline is typically obvious. The actual causes may remain hidden, or generically categorized as stress or anxiety. Prolonged breaking of human threshold could lead to irrevocable conditions. This could severely affect one's ability to control their own essential functions along with their ability to sow and reap. Invariably, this leads to complications or conflict, whether internal or external. The Protocols of Equal is supporting research to validate these insights and quantify how widespread the occurrences may be. Causes. Willful intent to inflict harm upon a particular individual or group. Occasionally, this occurs via accident or general negligence. However, rest assured, most of the times it's because someone decided to do so. The original culprit could accomplish this by leveraging their influence of a particular crowd against the victims. The victims are almost always good people with strong intangible resources. Victims that most people got along with. Crowds of people don't usually like to be implicated with immorally destroying a good person. It does not look good in the eyes of society. Thus, these occurrences usually transpire in environments where there is a gray area, making it hard to trace, much less prove. At times, after prolonged abuse, some of these good people will eventually start to fight back. Their responses may look questionable as it's hard for them to explain what they are experiencing. If they do fight back, remember, they got along with people before they started defending themselves via their right to equal enforcement. Effects. The preliminary insights strongly suggest the likelihood of a viable correlation between the breaking of human threshold and major mental and physical issues. Although research is required to prove the following, the Protocols of Equal maintains the stance that the human threshold is the exact point where a host of mental and physiological diseases commences. At this point, specific mental diseases such as schizophrenia, anxiety disorders, and mood disorders are likely. There is also a possibility of other severe issues such as immune deficiencies, nervous breakdowns, and loss of autonomic functions. Solutions. Assemble via heartfelt choices. Assemble where the value that you add is appreciated. Where encouragement is naturally intrinsic and reinforced outwardly. It's recommended to be part of at least one equal assembly that is backed by capable equal enforcement. This equal assembly should operate with a strong connection to the crown of the country. This will ensure basic access to social vices and safeguard your human threshold. Cross-reference. Personal autonomy, transference of intent, rule of sow and reap, right of equal enforcement.